Yo, what's up guys, Shoutout here, and today we have my week 5 team builder for the PPL. This week we're going up against RTK and the Portland Timburrs. Now, RTK has a very scary draft. He's a really good battler that I think a lot of people from outside kind of overlook for whatever reason. But he came, I think, 5th or 4th last season with a team that wasn't his, a team that he didn't like. He had the rain team that Mighty Mewnich drafted initially. And from the looks of it, he didn't like it, except for, of course, a few Pokemon, one of which he actually kept or redrafted very recently. So yeah, he's a threat. His team is super scary, and his draft is actually pretty small now. He only has 8 Pokemon, and it consists of, or those Pokemon are Sylveon, Latios, Melodic, Hitmontop, Rotom Heat, Excadrill, and Goodra. Now, really good draft. He recently dropped Frostlass, Electrode, and Gogoat to get Goodra, which is not a bad choice on his part. But his team does have some slight flaws. His only 2 Stealth Rockers are Excadrill and Hitmontop. Not Hitmontop? What the fuck? Metagross. Which, you know, you don't want to have rocks on any of them, really. Unlike, especially, well, you don't want them usually, except for in very specific situations. That's one thing I definitely noticed. There are a couple other things that I forgot by now. The only electric immunity is Excadrill, which doesn't really enjoy being the electric immunity, but with Goodra he kind of has electric types covered very well. He also doesn't enjoy grass types with coverage, or he doesn't enjoy fire types with grass coverage too much. If they have something to hit Latios and Goodra. So, yeah, there are a couple other things that I realized but forgot. Oh yeah, his fastest thing is Latios, which is good, but after that he just drops right down to Excadrill. Meaning he goes from 110 speed on Lati to 88 on Excadrill, which leaves me with a lot of EVing that I can do with my spreads. So without further ado, let's get into the team that we are bringing this week against RTK and the Portland Timburrs. And the first one that we're bringing is our new transfer, Fieri the Delphox, with Blazer's ability, because Magician is there for gimmicks and nothing else, with the Sugar Berry as an item. Now, the reason I'm bringing Sugar Berry is because I'm expecting Scuff Excadrill. That's the only Excadrill outside of a manual sand run, which I played in a test match, and I was warned by a few people to look out for manual sand plus Excadrill, which would have been scary, or which would be scary, but you know, I'm recording after the game, but you don't know that. I'm gonna act like I never played the game. Yeah, Sugar Berry allows me to live a Scarfed Earthquake. Adamant Life Orb still has a 93% chance or something to kill me, so that's not gonna happen. And the set and spread I'm running is Fire Blast, Psyshock, Calm Mind, and Grass Knot with max special attack, 132 speed with a timid nature that's enough to outspeed Jolly Excadrill, 116 HP, 4 in defense, 4 in special defense. That looks really weird on Showdown, and you know, in general, when you see the spread, it looks really weird. But this is just enough speed, then max special attack, and then the rest in HP, so that I have even HP, and then just 4 in both defensives, because you don't get anything from EVs. So Delphox is a huge win condition. I can set up on a couple things on this team, predicted switch-outs, I mean, on Sylveon and Latios if it's -2, on Melodic to some extent, just because Scald doesn't do too much. Hitmontop, I'm gonna scare out and I can go for Calm Mind, or I can expect a Sucker Punch and go for Calm Mind. Metagross, I scare the fuck out of that thing, can maybe go for a Calm Mind. Rotom Heat can't do too much to me, even Shadow Ball, if I get a Calm Mind up, it's not gonna do a terrible amount. And Excadrill, as I said, this is my lure set for it basically. And Goodra, if it doesn't have Earthquake, I can kind of set up on it and do a lot of Psyshock. So basically, Delphox is my late game sweeper. It's also a nice revenge killer and a hole puncher if it comes down to it. Just everything depends on how the game works out and what he brings, obviously. But yeah, I don't have anything to hit Latios, and the reason for that is, for one, it's a more important to hit Melodic, because Melodic is a fucking annoying threat to my team. And my mouth is dry as all fuck, and I need something to drink, and I don't have anything, and this is sad. Yeah, what I want to say is, Latios just really doesn't do well against my team. I have a Registeel on my draft, I have a Togekiss on my draft, and I have 2 really good Pursuit Trappers against Latios, those being Skuntank and Megalodactyl. Megalodactyl of course outspeeds it, so Pursuit Trapping it is not a problem. After I drop the Draco, I'm gonna be at, I can easily live another hit and Pursuit Trap, so I want to drink something. That was necessary, holy fuck. Mouth is still dry, unfortunate. Anyway, yeah, so not expecting Latios at all. If he brings it, I'm expecting either a support variant with something like Tailwind to help Excadrill out late game, or a Scarf variant. Because last week against Ethan, Latios also didn't have the greatest of matchups because there's a Mega Aggron and a Clefable on Ethan's draft, and a Zoroark which can also Pursuit Trap it. So fairly similar, not quite as bad as a matchup, but it literally cannot touch Mega Aggron while it can trick things like Registeel. But he brought it and was Scarfed as a surprise Scarfer for late game, and that's the only possibility outside of a support variant that I can see him bring, if he brings it at all. I'm sorry, but I have to drink. My mouth is really fucking dry. And I want to say something. The other thing I'm not expecting is Hitmontop, just because Hitmontop doesn't do anything against my team. There's just nothing it has to do. I feel like everything else is more valuable. But they could come because things like Metagross are not too scary to my team either, just because of the speed tier. So I don't know. But yeah, that's Delphox. Moving on, we're bringing Tiny Blue the Manaphy once again. The captain of the Bayern Mewnich for now, or by now, which I actually never mentioned, but it's the captain because Vidal actually unfortunately left the team. So running Leftovers Hydration, and this is a heat set. I'm really proud of this set, not gonna lie. Scald, U-turn, Knockoff, and Heal Bell. Max HP, 156 defense, 100 special defense with a relaxed nature that is minus speed and plus defense. Now, this set is fucking weird, I know, but Manaphy just can't sweep his team, so bringing an offensive variant is not the best option. He has Goodra, which is gonna wall me anytime, any day of the week, which could have Dragon Tail. He has Melodic, which I'm very much expecting to either have Rindo Coat, meaning Rindo Berry and Mirror Coat, to pop me with my Energy Ball, or Haze, because Haze is good, and I love the move Haze. So yeah, that's why offensive Manaphy isn't going too much. Knockoff is just nice to have against this team. Getting rid of Guda's Assault Vest, getting rid of Melodic's Leftovers, getting huge damage off on Latios actually. I think I do like 60% with Knockoff, which is incredible. And yeah, just overall getting rid of items on his team is really nice. The only thing that really appreciates a Knockoff the only things are Sylveon and Hitmontop, and Hitmontop obviously doesn't want to come in on a Scald, and I have things to deal with Sylveon. So Heal Bell is there because I want to Heal Bell things, basically. If something gets burned or paralyzed or whatever, I really want to get rid of that. For example, Golurk, which is my next mon. Spoilers. I don't want that thing to get burned, so that's why Heal Bell is there. U-turn for initiative is going to be really nice to grab initiative against the team because he's not expecting the set. Like in 100 years, he's not expecting this set. So that's going to be really nice for me, and I can basically do things. And the spread is so that Adamant Life Orb Excadrill only has a 28.9% chance to 2KO me, while Scarfed Latios with a timid nature only has a 3% chance to 2KO me with T-Bolt. Draco of course not being a 2KO at that point. Yeah, that's specific, and I made this change really last minute kind of ish. Usually my last minute changes don't really come into play. So we'll see how this goes, but I'm really proud of the set. I think it can definitely do work, and it's probably the best that I could have brought this game. So moving on, as I said, the next one is Golurk, another of our new transfers, and it's actually called Bolin. If you don't know that reference, it's from Legend of Korra, which you should watch. It's a fucking amazing show. Anyway, Rare Rock and Assault Vest with Iron Fist. Reason I'm running Iron Fist over No-God is just because I don't want him to have 100% accurate Will-O-Wisps, Overheats, or Draco Meteors against me. I just don't want that. So yeah, that's basically my reasoning. Rock-and Earthquake, Stone Edge, Heavy Slam, and Drain Punch. Drain Punch is just there for recovery. There's no other reason to run it. Earthquake for stab hits his team really hard actually. Stone Edge for Rotom Heat because this is my main answer for the Rotom Heat. And Heavy Slam is there to bop the Sylveon on the not on switch in. Just bop the Sylveon because it does like 75%, something like that. And that should be really nice. Spread on running is max attack Adamant with 204 special defense and 52 in speed. That's enough to outspeed Sylveon, but I think like 2 points. And just with the special defense investment, I can switch into Goodra fairly safely. I can also switch into Latios. You know, Life Up Slash Shock is a thing, but that we're gonna talk about that later. That's not a thing. We're gonna ignore the fact that it exists. So yeah, Golurk is there as a pivot. It's there to scare things out. It's there to do damage. I could run a faster spread. I think a Rock Polish variant would be really nice. But honestly, Melodic is gonna stop me anyway. So I'm not sure how useful that is. But maybe it would have been nice. Who knows? But I think this set is pretty solid and Golurk can pretty work. I could have run Dynamic Punch over Drain Punch, but I felt like having the potential of recovery would be nicer than having the potential of confusion. Because I probably wouldn't click Dynamic Punch anyway. Maybe against Melodic it would have been nice. Get confused? I don't know. I was also obviously considering things like Thunder Punch and Shadow Punch, but I don't need Shadow Punch for Latios because Heavy Slam 2-hit kills it anyway, so. And I'm once again not expecting Latios. So yeah, Heavy Slam is good. It's cool. And that's bowling. Moving on, we have one of our another big win conditions, and that is of course Costa, the Mega Aerodactyl, running the same ability stuff as always, because a nerf before Mega Evolving could be nice. And then Tough Claws, obviously. And we're rocking Stealth Rocks on the thing, Aqua Tail, Crunch, and Aerial Ace. Now I have to bring Stealth Rocks against this team. Weakening things like Rotom Heat is going to be really nice. Breaking potential sashes and just getting chip damage off on everything is really nice. So I have to bring it on Mega Arrow, unfortunately, but that's just how it goes. And Aqua Tail is to hit the Excadrill anti-Rotom Heat. We're not running Stone Edge because reasons. Yep, because reasons. Crunch is there to hit the Metagross and the Latios. It one-hit kills Latios no matter what. Unless it's Cold Area, of course. And Aerial Ace is just for stab. I was really struggling with that. I wanted to run like Dragon Claw maybe to hit the Goodra hard. I was considering Iron Head to hit Sylveon harder. I was considering Thunder Fang for Melodic, as that is actually a 2-hit KO after Stealth Rock. It's a 94% chance if I recall correctly. So that would have been nice to fully defensive Melodic, that is. But yeah, I didn't feel like that was worth it. I don't know, man. Aerial Ace just for stab. It hits the majority of his team pretty hard. He has 3 resistances out of 5 Pokemon, so hey, that's fine. Yeah, Arrow can definitely put in a lot of work as soon as the Melodic is weakened, or the Sylveon, or both, depending on what he's bringing. I could basically kill his entire team. Just a bit of chip damage on things like Rotom and things like Metagross and Goodra, and I basically win with the thing because it beats the entire team. And yeah, spread on running, max attack Adamant with 68 in speed, max. Yeah, that's it, max attack, and 188 in HP. That's enough speed to outspeed Latios. That's timid Latios after Mega Evolving, and also outspeeding Excadrill before Mega Evolving. Which is important because Excadrill is a threat. Jolly Excadrill. Speaking of Excadrill, my main check to it is Shaman, which is next one. Evergreen with the leftovers and Natural Cure. And we're rocking Seed Flare, Earth Power, Toxic, and Healing Wish. Max special attack, 164 speed with a timid nature and 92 in HP. Now, this is also a very interesting set, and a set that I'm fairly proud of. It's not special, but I think running Toxic is a really nice idea because his switch into the thing is always going to be Goodra. Shaman cannot touch it for the life of it, and he doesn't want the drops on things like Rotom and have the pack HP Rock or whatever, or Dazzling Gleam for the Latios, or both, or whatever. So yeah, Seed Flare is to hit Melodic. I had the suggestion from Bob to run Protect over Seed Flare, but honestly, I was considering it strongly, but I need something to hit the Melodic on my team. Otherwise, I just lose to it basically. It's not gonna stay in on me, yeah, but threatening it out and having Ceasefire and getting potential SPDF drops on things is more beneficial than having the Protect, I feel. So, but Protect is definitely a good option, or would have been. Earth Power is there to hit the extra reliably. It does the same damage as Ceasefire, but it's reliable, it doesn't miss. And the Metagross, I have to run max special attack because otherwise I don't one-shot Metagross, even if it's completely uninvested. So that's why I'm running that. Extra can actually live every hit of this, but it's whatever. Was it one hit KO on Metagross? I don't even remember, it's been a while, but yeah. Toxic is, as I said, there to catch the Rotom Heat and the Goodra on the switch in. It's also nice for things like Sylveon and Latios, and also Melodic. If it's the Mirror Code variant, you can go for Toxic and Scout for that, and it's gonna be really nice. So that's basically Shaman's not difficult. I can shoot Earthquakes, I can take Poison Jabs / Axes really well, and by really well I mean I can live one, even if Adamant Life Orb is a thing. And last but not least, we'll bring in Zebo, the Skuntank with Black Sludge and Aftermath ability, Sucker Punch, Defog, Poison Jab, and Taunted. Actually, the exact same spread as last week. That was not planned. That's just how it happened because I randomly put Speedy Bees in last week. And now I have enough speed to outspeed Excadrill, which is 36 EVs, Max Attack, Adamant, and 220 in Special Defense. The things there to help me deal with Sylveon and Latios, and also to some extent Goodra. The priority is going to be really nice if Excadrill gets out of hand. You know, if it's Life Orb with the Sand Rush thing. So yeah, I had Test Match and Sucker Punch just saved my ass basically. Defog is there because I don't want rocks on my side of the field. I do have two things weak to it, and I need Delphox at full health to live an Earthquake. Also need Mega Arrow at full health to have a chance to live Iron Head. Jolly Scarfed Iron Head has a 60% chance not to kill me, I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically Skuntank, and Taunt is just nice to shut things down like Sylveon, Melodic. Metagross if it wants to set up rocks, and Goodra if it's some annoying Rest Hydration set, which would be scary. Now, that's a team for this week. Problems with this team. Goodra is a huge problem. I have nothing to hit super effectively, but I have a lot to hit it decently hard. I have to knock out its item. I have Taunt in case it's a weird set, and Arrow and Golurk just hit it super fucking hard. Delphox can Calm Mind on it, and Psyshock does like 43% anyway, so that's that. That's the standard Assault Vest. And Sylveon is annoying, but it's not a huge threat, I don't think. It might turn out to be. And Latios is definitely annoying because I'm not bringing any Dragon Resistances, so bringing Goodra and Latios on his part would be scary as fuck, because I don't have safe switches, even though I have Assault Vest, Golurk, and SPDF Skuntank. Other annoyances, Rotom Heat. As soon as Golurk is gone, I think I can just have a field day on my team, and it's gonna be really fucking annoying. Delphox doesn't care about anything it does, but you can full switch out and just bring in something threatening, and it's not fun. Yeah, Melodic is also a huge annoyance just because I only have Shaman for it. I can actually just destroy it. Everything else doesn't particularly enjoy it. Delphox can beat it 1v1 potentially, because Grass Hunt at +1 does like 80%, 70, something like that. Yeah, and obviously Excadrill is going to be a threat just because there are no switches to Excadrill. Fucking thing is stupid, and I hate it. It should stop being so good, please. Anyway, that's the team. Also, I have to mention about Mana Feed. Also helps me take on Metagross really well if he brings it, and hit on top. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching. This is a very long video, but it's 10 AM and I record this right after the battle, pretty much. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you think of the team, what you think of the beautiful Mana Feed set, for example. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some news. I appreciate all three of those, and hopefully see you in the battle video, which will go up as soon as possible. I don't know when, but yeah. Goodbye.